G'day guys, and welcome back to Tycoon 2. Now I've just loaded up this server. Yeah, it's my private server. But I was in some public servers looking for some spook just before, and I thought, well, you know, everybody jumps in, zooms out and has a look around, you know. Now this doesn't give you much of a view, and then I had a wee thought to myself, and I thought, why don't I just go up here? This has got to be the easiest way to oh, I can't even knock that over, that's cool. Okay, this has got to be the easiest way to get a bit of a height advantage, and that's what I thought. Well, this no, not near. That's not good. But yeah, that's got to be the easiest place to go to get the height. So yeah, I'll zoom out and do this because it's a little bit easier. Okay, so we've got that extra height advantage, and now I can see over the back here as well. I can see up into the hills a bit better over the back side of the hills, you know, and even over the back here I can see the top of this. I don't need to walk all the way over here just to have a look over there. I can just jump up here, have a quick look. I can see all the tops of these where they usually spawn lately, you know, this year, and yeah, so that's a cool thing. But anyway, we'll get back to the shop build. Yeah, data size 6 at the moment, and it's only going to get bigger. So now there is a couple of things I want to do today on the build when it decides it wants to load. Here we go. We'll just load it back up here. Which seems like a good enough spot for it. Actually, the perfect spot for this shop side of things is over there. It's right on the road as the road comes down this way. It's right in your face. So while this is still loading up, I want to move this out of the way, and this one out of the way. There we go, that's going to give us access to our switches. Now we can start wiring those down, and I want to build yeah, I'll put the switches on here straight into these here, onto probably this one here. So I need some wires, and what I'm going to do with these other two is I'm just going to run them down and run them along to an area, because we've got a gap running up here, which I may end up running the wires straight up there, so I don't need to move anything. and just run the wires up that gap so they're up the top, all ready for the sign and whatnot. So we're going to find a truck. I did have some wires there. Oh, there's some wires in here. I need to go and buy a few more. We might just take the sweet car. I'll have to buy some more items before the end of the month, or in the next, probably this weekend actually. It's our Labour weekend, so it's a long weekend for us here. I'll buy a bunch of candy bars so I can settle those up too. We just really want to get some wires. And we also want to, what I want to do is I want to go and get some of these as well, and go and do the end times axes. Get a few more of those. Yeah, so what I want to do on this part of the base with the shop is I want to explore more of the wiring side of things. So the likes of the shop sign, I want it to flash at separate intervals, and we'll probably make a little design there for it to flash, and that'll make the shop unique. Okay, how many more wires? I think there's one more. Yeah. So usually when I'm in my private server, I usually just, and I've got a wheat truck, I usually back it in the door, so the music doesn't keep changing. There's nothing new in there. Get another 3 of these wires, and that should keep us going for a wee bit. And I'll have to go over to the, let's grab that so it doesn't despawn, over the ferry and get some neon wires as well and whatnot for the lights. I think I might have some for the lighting. I want to get that set up too. That'll probably go on the roof though. Or we could do some dynamic lighting under the floor. That'd be right too, I suppose. We'll grab these 3. Now I'm also going to quite possibly put one of the circle displays inside the shop to have something spinning around, just to keep things moving, looking interesting in there. So we might do that. We may even do that hanging, make them look like it's hanging off the roof or something. That could be cool too. Okay, so we'll take our slow car back to the base. Okay, I'm going to cover up these here today too, because that flickering does sort of get on my nerves a wee bit. So I will need what colour are we going to do on that? What colour would look good on there? Brown? Light brown? No. Ice colour would look. What would that look alright on there? It'd be different. I really like using the birch. Actually, I could go with blue. You can use a bit of this blue up. It is quite an eyesore. I don't really like the blue, but I'll probably use some of it up. And then give it a bright sort of look, wouldn't it? No, I don't like the blue. I'm not going to use the blue. What? Oh, there we go. I think we'll go. I think we'll just go back and do some wiring. Yeah, actually, I like this colour. I have a museum build on another slot, and I've done the exact same thing with it, which I started at the start of this year actually. Exactly the same looking thing as this, but it's a full size, or almost full size slot, so turn that off. Now all I'm going to do, I'll just show you what I'm going to do. Well, I don't got an axe, and then axe, where did I leave my axe? Must have one lying around here somewhere. Got one up here, I think. Silver axe will do. Okay, so we're not really prepared for this, but we're going to do this, and we just want some tiles. Is it the small ones? No, it's the ones bigger. So we want to go just normal tile. Rotate that around, and we want those lines going up and down. Okay, so all we do is we just go like this. And we stick it on the corner there. We just carry that on. Cover the whole side, but I'm not going to do those. I'll do that one. I'm not going to do those top ones up there, so what I'll do is I'll just do them down here and move them up. And this is what it's going to pretty much look like. And that'll cover up all those wee glitchy bits. Now I have had another idea for my stairs, so I think I'll probably end up changing them. But that's fine, I'll do that later on. I just don't like the way you walk up them and you glitch. It's, sort of gets on my nerves a wee bit. But there, this is what it's going to look like in the corner, on both sides of the corner. And then we'll have that up there again, so it's another one. Okay, so we'll move them and I'll show you what I'm going to do. Just show you on the side, because this will give the impression of what it's supposed to sort of look like. Okay. Yeah, so it's just going to cover up those, and that's what it'll look like on the outside there. It's just a corner. Just tidies it up and stops you from seeing the glitchy bits. Let's get these wires inside. Yeah, so the glitch build thing, it's pretty cool. That's how I made my sawmills, my modded sawmills, and my put the chop saw inside the sawmill. From memory, I think Zenak was the first person to actually do that. That was probably last year or the year before, I'm not sure. But he did that design with the chop saw and inside the sawmill. So, but this glitch here, where you move it's been around for a long time. I remember using it on the Xbox when I first started playing on Xbox before I come to PC. Okay, now I want to set it up. Blueprint down here of probably just a post. There, have a look. No, it's not going to do. What we need to do is we need to put it here. We need to put another one right there. I don't think there's any wood up there, hopefully not. Okay, so this is going to be, just get rid of that one. Okay, so this is just going to be our backing, so when we stick the wire onto this end, we can bring it down and stick it straight onto here, and then run this one here, we'll run it from there over to this point here. It's just going to keep it tidy and up out of the way. So while I'm up here, I'll put this on here. Then I'll just run down here like this. And move it to this point right here. Gotta be careful where I put it there because I've got to put tiles up in there too. So what I'll do is I'll move it down so it's down the bottom here on the edge. Okay, so it's not exactly straight. keep it as neat as I can. Okay, so that's pretty straight. Straightish. Okay, we just want to go there like that. And finish. And then we just want to run another one straight over there. Do it from up here. Straight from there, straight across to there. And we switch that on. Probably won't do anything. There we go. So we've got that working. Once we open up the cupboard door and we flip the switch, that's going to open up and allow us access until we shut that back up. So that's all go. And now I want to run those other two down here. Move that, and I want to place it on the end. Need to rotate that around and just put it there. Just like that. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna open that, place that on there, just run down again, I want to bring one down there like that, and run it straight over to straight to there, and we want to do that again. And this is just gonna, it's just like sort of pre-installing them so the wires are down to here and we don't need to do this again. We don't want them to touch, so well, they're pretty close, maybe they will touch. No, we're good. We are good. They're not touching, so. Okay, so that's that. And if we do that, that's our thing shut. So what I should probably do now is place those tiles in there, because we don't need to, just while that's all disappeared, so it's going to place a lot easier on top of these blueprints, just so we don't need to worry about that. I'll just take this in here. Over this side. So we need some tiles. Okay, so it's the size we need. Yes. So I'll place these in here now, and go and delete those posts. Okay, I think that's going to be a bit of a pain for me. There we go. Okay. And now, just so those posts don't fill in while we are trying to fill in the tiles. Okay, that's a bad thing. Getting jammed in there. Okay, so we need to chop off some of these. This chops pretty fast, doesn't it? Oh no, they should have been brown. Yeah, they should be brown, not yellow. Okay, so we'll just fix that up. Hopefully it'll get back in there. Probably not now since I moved everything. Yeah, see, that's why I placed them in there before. I'll do it this way. And put one on top, hopefully. Oh, I'm sure I just had that. Let's see if I can go this way. There we go. Nice. Okay, so what do I need? Really? Absolute terrible. Right, so we need some dark brown. That little piece here, it's ready to cut. A square there. I think I actually had a whole heap of it, but I left it in the truck out on the grass. Oh no, look, there it is. We do have probably enough. Okay, so it is a bit of a pain. Just move this closer. Open that up so we can just sort of run them in. That's a little faster, isn't it? Be enough for two in this one. Sweet. I'll just cut a wee bit off. There, we'll put that one there. How many more do we need? Two more. Two more. Right. I'm just going to chop it in half. Okay. And we've just got the other one that we need to delete. Destroy it. That is perfect. So now, when we reload, that bench should load back in now, and it should all look normal. So we've got all our wiring there. The switches are all wired in. Okay, so these ones here, one will be for the sign itself, just to lighten it up, or maybe it might be just for the open sign, so the sign will be on when it's open. And another switch could be for the lights, but I'm thinking of putting the light switch just on the wall, just somewhere even over here maybe, just keeping it simple for the lights. So we're going to need these, so I'll put these in here. So I'm pretty happy with that at the moment. Now what I could try, open that up, grab this. Oh, I got stuck. I'll chuck that up there. I can jump on it. I might try and run a wire. I don't think that's high enough. It's not. Need to move that up. So if we move that up a wee bit higher, we did there. Try that again. Change the view, that'll be a bit better. Okay, so here we are here. Where's that gap? There's one there. That's it, this is the gap. So before I build this roof, if I put that there and see if I can run that right down the bottom. Oh no. No. Right. Try that again. Okay, so if I can put that there, over this way, right there, try and run that down the bottom just to see if it's going to work. I think it will. I think it might not. Okay, we're in the wrong area. We need to be behind this. So I've run it through the wrong area, the wrong side. So what I'll need to do is go back up here and run it on this side here. Okay. Let's try that one. There we go. Okay, so if I run it there. It's just like pre-installing it. Pre-installing these wires in the wall now. Put another one there and try my luck again. Oh, sweet. Okay, so we've got 2 wires pre-installed in there. This is going to be alright, it's going to be out of the way. And we can just add another wire from there to each one of them. Once we figure out what we're going to use them for. Sweet. We'll do a quick load here. Hopefully my truck saves there, probably won't, but it's okay. It's quite fun watching these spawn. It's like they're deconstructing themselves, almost the same way you built them. You know, it'd be really cool if Defaultio sped up the growth on the spook trees. So that they would, you know, grow on private servers. Then there probably wouldn't be so much duping. Load in here and confirm that that has actually loaded all in. See if it works. It looks different without the stairs at the front, doesn't it? So I don't like those glitchy bits, so that there will actually cover it. And yeah, it'll cover it up and make it look alright. Okay, so that truck isn't going to spawn in, it's gone. Okay, so we've got our thing back, the floor looks great. Got our cash register there. Got our standing mat here for our person to stand on. That is actually the secret. Pick our switch, close our door, and we have access to our basement area in our shop. Those wires are still there. No, I think that's going to work out alright. So once I wire those up, we can start making the rest of the storefront. Oh, that's pretty cool. Everything's out of the way, nothing to see. Oh, that's awesome. Okay guys, that's enough for this episode. I may carry on, and we'll see you next time. Bye.